downside to the truck stop food, because we travel a lot. We've been traveling just from town to town, and it's always the same. You know, these hot dogs at these truck stops, well, I'll tell you what, you know, you get in there, maybe you're the kind of person, you're like me, you've been working a long day, they let them sit too long. You know they put those hot dogs on the grill about 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning. Ain't nobody gonna have a hot dog until at least 11:30. I mean, what you doing having hot dogs before noon anyway? But we come rolling in there about 2:30, it's nothing but just a withered mess.
I reckon that's true.
Yeah, it's true.
You remember when we were in the truck stop, we were looking at the bumper stickers, right?
Yep.
And we saw quite a few that we had recognized on our days on the road, didn't we?
Well, I remember picking those out. I was gonna write them down, but I didn't have any paper with me.
I reckon the people who make those make a pretty penny selling those.
I wish that was an idea I could get into, because I ain't never gonna think of nothing clever. I know that.
Well, don't sell yourself too short there. I got a couple ideas for us. Are you familiar with what a stigmata is?
I've seen that before. I remember going down. Remember that old theater down there on that main street and that road, that town that we was in, and they would do dollar movies on Tuesdays.
Yes.
I remember watching a couple of those films that had stigmata of sorts.
And they had all sorts of religious imagery in their cars. We saw some rosary beads. Do you remember that?
I remember that little baby Jesus that was on the statue that kind of did the bobble when you go.
We saw that, but we saw another Jesus, didn't we? Do you remember the one that was a little more scary?
I remember.
It had a little more detail in the hands. Put it right up there on the dashboard.
I remember that porcelain just looked real crystalline in the sunlight.
It's a powerful image, isn't it?
It was.
It's a very powerful
It ain't
image.
something I'm ever gonna forget. I do believe that.
Spencer, I do believe that we have everything that we need to create a stigmata.
Well, now, before you get into all the technical stuff, you have to understand what goes into it. I mean you can't just up and have a stigmata. I mean, you gotta have the plan, the resources, you gotta have the tools, the equipment, the know-how.
Right.
I ain't never done that before. I mean, I might have to do a little trial, a little error. You know, the trial and error all go together like peanut butter jelly. And then you have, well, I guess then the actual thing. I mean, if we could do a trial and error, I'd be comfortable with that. But, you know, that's about the first time I've ever thought about that. I mean, I just want to do a good job. This might be our road ticket, you know. It might be a good meal ticket. I might be able to see a couple more of those dollar film. Maybe move up to the $5 film if I want to.
Spencer, you can see a $10 film at the end of this.
Oh, that $10 film must be pretty good.
Spencer, you got a hammer, don't you?
Yeah, I got
in your toolkit. You got a hammer.
Come on over.
Now you see the body line there, don't you?
Well, yes I do.
Okay. And I just happened to pick up a railroad spike on our way into town. What do you think about that?
That's a rather nice one. You found a good one there, Grant.
I think that would slide in real smooth. Make for a good poster.
Right now, sliding in smooth. You know how heavy these things are. You gotta have a good hammer to really drill it in there.
A real strong arm to do it.
Yeah, I mean, you've seen those guys that work on the railroads. They got biceps the size of melons. I mean, you can get one of these just worked in there just right. I mean, you can probably do upwards of 30, 40 a day if you were so inclined.
Think of how many bumper stickers we could sell with that, huh?
Yeah, I like that idea. Yep, I reckon I like that one a lot.
All right.
Well, let's get to getting.